Mr. Sibley, afternoon to you. Doing well?
Yes.
What about this Western Guilford football team? Has it been fun this year?
Yes. Very exciting, very close moments. It's been an awesome season for me.
What's been the biggest moment for you so far this year? Big memory for you?
Winning the North Forsyth game last week was just...
Talk about your input in that game. Did you have some receptions, make some big plays? Talk about what you did that game.
Sorta, kinda. I played a big part of. I switched positions. I changed from the slot position to the outside position.
Wide out?
Yes.
Okay.
To open up some more area for our team, especially the slot players.
Have you had one of the hush puppies here?
No, sir.
Try one while we're talking. We'll get Mr. Sibley to sample a hush puppy Shane's Rib Shack. Some good food at Shane's for a Thursday night. Get the Buff Q sandwich. You try that Buff Q. If you can eat it, I'll shake your hand. I ate that last week, and it was a battle. It was a huge sandwich, the Buff Q. Love that Buff Q at Shane's Rib Shack. I fought it last week, and I was able to defeat the Buff Q, and it was a great victory, a great win over that sandwich. How quick does that ball come out of the quarterback's hands? I mean, your quarterback, Kennedy, must come out pretty quick because you guys are getting a bunch of different receivers involved. A lot of action going on in that Western Guilford offense. How quick or so, how fast does that ball leave Kennedy's hands? Pretty quick?
Very fast. We work a lot in practice with one-on-ones, and also having the quarterback is being timed so that he can make accurate passes, but also making them fast because our offense is based off of timed routes, and he's just grown so much.
Who has gotten better this year in that receiving department? You got yourself out there, you got Sarpy. Who else steps up and is getting their hands on the ball? Other receivers.
Trent, Khalil Barino, he has been big, and Jalen.
That's Jalen Blanks?
Yes, Jalen Blanks, the freshman.
Wow.
He came in and just done a terrific job. Just all three of those guys just came in and done an amazing job at the slot position.
It's been a good building process this year. You guys have been building the blocks up there.
Yes.
How have you seen this team getting better this year from your perspective? Because you were there last year, right? You've been around. How have you seen this team getting better?
We've spread the team out. We've been able to throw the ball more and be efficient at throwing the ball. We've been able to spread the field more as far as being able to go deep, be able to throw over top of our defenses. Last year, we kind of struggled at that. We had to do a lot of under routes, like shallow routes, we call it, and run the ball a lot. So now we've kind of been able to go outside and play around with our defense a little bit.
What's your favorite route? If you could just choose one you like to run more than any other.
Mine would probably be a post.
Hit to the post. Line up a wide receiver, angle in toward that post. Do you like that sideline go route too? Just fly up that sideline and just get me the ball? Yeah, and Sibley does, not Sibley, you were Sibley, but Kennedy does a good job of getting you guys that ball.
Yes.
What do you see? What's the strongest part about his game? Because he has to have really improved a lot because you go from a guy who was there last year, but Evans was primarily the quarterback, and for that you guys had Deshaun Taylor. Deshaun was there for a while last year too.
Yes.
Before he moved on. He's doing okay at High Point Christian Academy. Wish him well. Deshaun Taylor, good kid as well, along with Mr. Evans. And but now with Mr. Kennedy, what has he done to get that arm stronger, get better?
Just practice, repetition.
Over and over again.
Yes, just
putting
repetition.
Work in.
Yeah. Over the summer, he was doing a lot of work with us, and after practice, and we've been trying to build his confidence so that he can make those hard passes and those tough passes, and be able to step into his throws to get him deep.
Step in and extend that arm and get that long throw down there. Looking at over, what was the feeling like when you got that win against North Forsyth? You've been working all year long. You're finally toward the middle of October, and you finally get that victory. What was it like to get that win?
It was exciting. It was an unbelievable feeling. Just for our defense to step up at the end of that game and throughout the whole game was just amazing.
It was tough on the defense late too because it was I guess a 7-6 final that you guys won it by the extra point, but it was so close, and they had that one big play where they had the play called back. They got charged a penalty. It would have been a touchdown. They brought it all the way back. I mean, there was some moments in that game late. You probably thinking, man, I hope we just get out of here with a victory.
Yes.
And it was on the road too, right?
Yes.
At North Forsyth. Had to be tough going over there to get that win at their place. Hostile territory, hostile environment.
Yes.
Do you play any defense too, or just all offense?
I play defense. This past week or past 2 weeks, a lot of our DBs or a lot of our better tacklers, form tacklers, we've been moved to the outside linebacker position and inside linebacker position, especially against these teams that like to run the ball more than they throw. And that's where I've been.
So when you're playing defense, do you feel better if you're coming up covering a pass or covering the run? If I'm a defender, I want to get, just being honest, straight out front here, I'm not going to tell you the lies. If I'm playing defense, I want to get the runner. I want to cover up it. From your standpoint, you want to get the runner or cover the receiver?
I like making tackles. I like coming up, having that big hit, because I'm so much shorter than a lot of players, so I can make those low.
Yeah, because you came in, I wasn't sure. This guy, who is this guy? Is he going to be? Is he far west? You were smaller. You fit the same category in some ways. Like, I'm going to throw a name by. You may not remember this name. Man, have you ever heard the name Hunter English? Plays at Guilford College, now linebacker. He's came out of Western Guilford, but Hunter English. He's like 5'8", but he starts at more now kind of a hybrid spot, linebacker, defensive back. But he joined us a couple of years ago when he came in. I thought he was a kid from down the street just stopping by to get a meal. But you're smaller, but that means you must have to work harder too.
Yeah, it's a lot of repetition, like I said, a lot of extra work after practice, and just going hard every day in practice and even in games.
What motivates you to keep it going, keep doing this hard work?
Just my family and not letting my team down. I always want to, every play I want to work hard and make sure that I'm doing what I'm supposed to do and making sure that my team have as much opportunity to make plays, catch the ball as much as I do.
So you want Michael Sibley to be a man that people can rely on, can count on, depend on. Who got it going for you? I mean, when you first started playing football, you must have been small even back then when you were younger, growing up. But what got you excited about playing football, got you into this game?
Just my father and my family. I have a lot of players that came from my family. Like, I have a cousin that plays for Dudley.
Okay. Another Sibley?
No, Drumright. His name is Joshua Drumright for Dudley.
Gotcha, okay.
Dudley High School. And we've been, ever since we were little, we've always been competitive in every sport. We always loved football. We always loved the contact, the aggressiveness. And ever since we were little, we will always compete every day. When we used to live in Florida, and when we moved back up here, we've always been aggressive. We've always made each other better.
Was it always football? Did you guys compete in other sports too?
We competed in basketball.
Yeah.
But he normally got that one because he was always bigger than me, always taller.
Do you still do any basketball now?
Yes.
Was that your second favorite sport, maybe after football? Mm-hmm. Do you play on the Western Guilford basketball team?
No.
But would like to someday, maybe, huh? Play it by ear or all football for you?
All football.
What do you do during the springtime? Say football season finishes up, you look a little bit at basketball, but in springtime, what do you do then?
I run track.
Oh, you're on the track team,
yes.
Then? What event?
I like to run the 100 and 200.
Any relay teams too?
Yes, 4x1.
You think the track is something that makes you better for football?
Yes, it just builds my endurance.
So if you want to build the endurance, I'm thinking about this. I'm a football player. I'm going to join the track team. I'm going to tell the coach I want to join the team. Put me in the mile and the 2 mile. I want to run the distance and get me better. I don't care if I'm a lineman. Put me in a mile. Would you do something like that? I mean, that's where you really build that endurance. So do you feel you get it just as good doing the sprints?
I feel just as good doing the sprints, especially on the 200 and even sometimes the 400. It helps me to build that speed and keep the speed throughout the race and keep that endurance, keep that my mind focused on what I have to do and what I've been taught to do.
Tell you, that relay or that 100 or 200, that's a shorter distance, so it's almost like you're in a mind zone for a short period of time. You got to be totally focused. It's like you come out of a gun. You're being shot out of a cannon. You got to do that straight line, total focus the entire time.
Yes, and it really helped me as far as when I was playing that slot, when I did a lot of the screens. Mm-hmm. It allowed me to be able to go from side to side and still be able to burst through tackles and not take losses.
Are there a lot of plays? You guys run a lot of different plays, so you got a big, long, big, thick playbook you can learn these plays?
Yes.
Is that hard sometimes to take all that in? Mm-hmm. Did it change with Coach Clay, or did you guys keep a lot of the same stuff?
We kept a lot of the same stuff, especially with the team that we have now. We have more of a skilled style team, more of a receiver style, and
it's like a spread offense, isn't it?
Yeah.
And quick release quarterback. It's like running that run and shoot almost with the spread.
Yeah.
Who do you think's the best football team in Guilford County among all the teams? Would it be Mr. Drumwright's team over at Dudley, or maybe Page,
Yes.
or who else? You go with Dudley then.
Yeah, Dudley.
Yeah. Who's the toughest team you've played against so far this year?
The toughest
You
team,
faced
I would like to say Orange.
Orange tougher than Northwest then.
Yeah, I believe it was tougher than Northwest.
Yeah.
Because they were consistent, and through every play, I've seen some of those players, they were hurting, even especially in the third, fourth quarter, that long game, and they're so much bigger. They were very tired and very fatigued, and someone was very hurt, and they were still coming out every play and going as hard as they could.
That's what you'd like to see your guys pick up on too, I'm sure.
Yeah.
Interesting things to notice. If you could be in that Page and Grimsley game tomorrow night, hypothetically speaking, kind of a creative question. Page and Grimsley, which team would you join to play for?
Page.
Go with Page. Gotcha. Any buddies over there?
My close friend, Josh Daniels,
What positions he play? I heard his name.
he's playing slot.
He's a slot man, just like you said. Now, were you in the slot? Did you go in motion any, or would you go more motion from a receiver? Would you go motion slot
Yeah,
too?
I did a lot of motioning, and yeah, I did a lot of motioning.
When you're doing the motion, and we'll get to some other concrete questions, keep you rolling here, but when you're going in motion, always about the motion, man. If I'm in motion, do I want to go and get the ball? Isn't that probably the case? Because I don't want to go in motion a ton of times and not be getting the doggone ball. I feel like I'm just going through some kind of crazy routine.
Yeah.
So it's rewarding to go and give me the ball if I'm becoming that motion then.
Yeah.
What's been the biggest play you've had this year? I mean, you had a big long touchdown play?
Yes, I was playing slot against Smith, and we did sort of a trickery play, and we went over top of them, me coming out the backfield, and we went over top of their team. It was a 65-yard touchdown.
65-yard touchdown play for yourself. How many have you had this year?
2 so far.
2 so far. I looked at your yards. You're probably, what, 250, close to 300 down in that neighborhood?
Yes,
Because I track them every week. Because I know you guys have got a lot of different receivers getting involved in that offense. A lot. A few other questions for you. We talked about Coach Clay, what he's meant to this team, how he's turned this team around. He's been a big plus, right?
Yes, he's been very aggressive as far as offense and defense on both aspects of our team. Even on special teams, he's always fired up.
Who's your position coach?
Coach Willinger.
What have you learned from him?
Just a lot of techniques to get open, especially with my short stature. I'll be able to get in and be physical with corners and even safeties, and just techniques that I could hopefully take to the next level.
And from your standpoint, being smaller in stature, probably the technique in your fundamental work is going to be the difference anyway.
Yes, sir.
Are you looking to move on to the next level?
Yes, sir.
Any idea who you want to go join later on?
Not exactly. I'm still like kind of going between.
Did you do any visits back during the summer? Go to any combines, any camps, anything like that? Not yet. And no major interest in any colleges from your standpoint so far?
No, sir.
You hope they start contacting you though, right?
Yes.
How about with NC State, North Carolina, Duke, Wake Forest, East Carolina? Who do you think's the best among those in-state schools?
As far as what I've been looking and what I've been seeing, I feel like UNC would probably be the most like whole team, like as far as all aspects. Yes.
Got good passing, got good running. Yeah, they do. They got Mr. Hood, they got Mr. Williams, and they got Mr. Switzer, they got Mr. Austin Prohl. You've heard his name, I'm sure, from a Western Guilford guy for a while back in the old days. And Ricky Prohl, his dad. Good family group there. Carolina Panthers think they're in first place later tonight. Think the Falcons lose to the Saints and the Panthers take over sole possession of first place.
Yeah, I can see that. Yes.
You see the Falcons maybe losing to the Saints then.
Yes.
Falcons are beatable. You get a 4-0 team. I think they're 4-0 be fine. But that's a beatable team.
Yes.
You guys know about that yourself because you guys with a team without the win, you're trying to beat those guys that have had success this year and be the spoiler. What's your favorite Halloween candy?
Twizzlers.
You can eat all the candy you want. How much do you weigh? 150?
Yeah, 150.
You can eat all the candy you want. So again, what is it? Which candy?
Twizzlers.
Twizzlers, huh? The Twizzlers?
Yeah, Twizzlers, the little red candy.
Sounds good. Licorice, yeah, the red licorice. I got that. I like the red, but that's kind of the cherry kind of flavor in some ways, as opposed to the black licorice. I can't eat that stuff.
I can't eat the black licorice.
Don't hit me at all. How about to the State Fair in Raleigh? Would you jump on the ride that all the people fell off of last year and were nearly killed? It's back this year. They're bringing that ride back. Would you jump on that ride this year?
No.
Not sure?
No.
That's a possibility. Give us the final lowdown. Central Davidson next Friday night. That's at your place.
Yes, sir.
Home game. Tell us what your role will be in that game and how you plan to make a difference in that game.
I'm just doing my assignment, being aggressive every play, even on offense. Just being aggressive, even when I'm blocking. When I'm blocking for my teammates, I want to make sure that my teammates can trust me.
How can Michael Sibley make a difference in the future of Western Guilford football?
Just doing everything I can as far as using my technique, using my size to my advantage, my speed, and just making big plays for my team.
And you're going to beat these guys, your determination, right?
Yes, sir.
The other guys are going to be taking some time off. You're not taking no time off, right?
No, sir.
Michael, good to have you.
Thank
Keep
you.
up the good work. How tall are you, by the way?
I'm 5'5" right now.
Wow. You're still growing.
Yes, sir.
You'll be taller next week when I see you again. Take care.
Thanks
for coming in. Tell your coach, thanks for getting you guys.